I came to Illinois Media School because I want to give back to the current students. It's something that really means a lot to me as an instructor, as a mentor, because I've been in this business for over 20 years, so it meant a lot to me to be able to come back and just teach some of the tricks of the trade to the students here at Illinois Media School. I've enjoyed my time tremendously here because I'm able to speak one-on-one with the students, having that personal touch, telling them about some of the pitfalls of the business, some of the positives of the business as well. I think that after 20 years of doing this, it means a lot that I can be able to lend my expertise and talk about some of the things I had to go through, so that way they're not frustrated, so they feel like, hey, you know what, someone's listening to my problems. So I definitely want to do that. I love the students here at Illinois Media School, and the reason why is because you can see the desire in their eyes. You can tell that they really want to take it to the next level. I admire what they're doing because in this particular era of broadcasting, they have so many things they could do. It could be radio, it could be television, it could be web design, they could do so many different things. So I'm so happy that they had the opportunity to do it, because I didn't have an Illinois Media School when I was coming up. I had to go to a 2 or 4 year college to try to get a career started in the business. But Illinois Media School is so terrific that students can be able to get it done in 1 year. Job placement assistance, the financial aid for those who qualify is just terrific. I'm Jonathan Hood from SiriusXM NBA Radio and ESPN Radio from the Illinois Media School campus in Lombard, and I am IMS.
I got started at IMS through a good friend of mine and a colleague at 670 The Score, Rick Camp, who knew I was an instructor at other universities and knew I was looking to get into a place with passionate students who know what they want to do. They know this is what they want to do for a living, and I have absolutely found that in my time here at IMS. The students are driven, they're passionate about broadcasting, radio, TV, internet, every asset of broadcasting they are completely passionate about, and it's very refreshing for me, having come from a university where students are obsessed with their general eds and other things that distract them from their major. These students here are here for one purpose and one purpose only, and that's to break into the broadcasting business, and it's some of the best and brightest young talent I've seen in my 16 years in the industry. My name is Jay Zawaski. I'm an executive producer for 670 The Score. I'm an instructor here at IMS, and I am IMS.
Start with a thought. Think. Work with the client. Brainstorm. Brainstorm some more. Break? No, not enough time. More ideas. More designs. Pick an idea. Make a plan. Stop. Check the plan. Love the plan. Do the plan. Go. Draw the logo. Get some input. Scratch that. Find a new perspective. Revise. Revise some more. New logo. New design. Okay. Grab the materials. Get the guys. Work. Keep working. It's all about the quality. Keep going. Finish. Polish. Get the job done. Make the client happy. Make them proud. Celebrate. Make it easy to brand their company. Mark your space. Chicagoland's premier sign company.
Hello and welcome to I Want Football 365, covering pro football around the world. It's been a great week of football. We have a lot of great guests. A little later on today, we have friend of the show, Amir Ishmael, the newly hired coach of the Massachusetts Pirates, the NAL.
Real excited for him.
Oh, yeah. It was a great week of football. We had some great games of Thanksgiving, and then the Grey Cup of Canada.
Yes, it happened. It happened. Just like I said it would happen. I've been saying it, and I've been saying it again. Since the beginning. I don't even care. We'll go right into it. I don't have time to hear about this intro anymore. We're going right into what I've been trying to tell everybody all along. Worst to first. Toronto Argonauts won the Grey Cup. Ricky Ray is the winningest quarterback in Grey Cup history. S.J. Green had a great game. Posey was the MVP. Mark Trestman was the head coach of the year. You know, great year for him, and he wouldn't have been able to do it without the GM and Jim Pop. We've won a record-breaking 17th Grey Cup. It's hard to believe after 105 years we have the most Grey Cups than any other team in Canada right now, and I'm loving every second of it. What else can I tell you about that game? It was a miracle game. There was about 2 minutes left, give or take, and Calgary looks like they were about to take the lead. They swing out the ball to the left. He runs, and then I don't know. I at the time I jokingly said I prayed to John Candy so he could pop that ball out of there, and he did. And then next thing I know, the Argonauts are running 109 yards the opposite direction and tying the ball game up. And after getting a 2-point conversion, then they drove down the field, and they got the field goal to take the lead. Calgary takes it all the way down the field. Looks like they're about to score on us, and they got greedy. And they threw a fade to the end of the end zone. And with seconds left, Matt Black jumped out of the air after 9 years of being in the CFL and had his Grey Cup moment and took that interception. Game over. Argonauts win. Worst to first. The most no one believed it. At the beginning of the year, they were ranked what on the power ranking? 9. They were ranked 9th.
And that was generous for a 9-team league.
There you go. And now they finish out on top, and they had their parade today. And they asked Ricky Ray if he was going to come back for a repeat, and he absolutely said that they would, that he is going to come back, and they're going to try for one more time. So, like we mentioned before, Jim Popp and Mark Trestman had weeks to put this team together. Just throw it together. They got into the game late. Now they're going to have an entire offseason to retool and to build off of what they've done. It's going to be an exciting year for me again. I think we're going to look for another Grey Cup repeat. So, I apologize that you had to endure the opportunity of, trying to be a fan of the Hamilton Tiger Cats. That was your first mistake. Mm-hmm. And then you went after the Eskimos, which that was a good idea. Mike Riley was the most outstanding player of the year in the CFL. So, better luck next year.
Well, I also picked against the Argonauts in every game.
Yes, he did. And I am wearing double blue today in honor of my champions. Good stuff. Real excited. I can't wait. Another Grey Cup under our belt, and I'm looking forward to another one next year. It's going to be a great time, and you got a whole off season in here and this stuff.
Well, this is the first time I've seen you wear a tie, so I know how important this was, and I don't think you exhaled one time during that monologue.
Nope, not once. It was too important to me, and I've been thinking about it every minute since it happened.
I will talk about it more, but just not even introduce your friend. I mean, just blow that by. One of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. Jarrell Johnson, welcome to the show. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Running back for the Chicago Chaos, been there since day one, 4-time champion. It's great to have you on here, and you're the director of player personnel.
Yeah.
So I want to go back in time here for a little bit. You played at Schaumburg High School, correct? And you had an opportunity to have a great career while you were in high school. And then how did you find out about the Chaos? Explain that journey to me.
After high school, I actually didn't play after college, so I kind of wanted to live a little bit. So I'm at Lifetime Fitness, just playing basketball, and one of my old friends, Brian Huszar, he comes to me and he's like, Jarrell, we need a running back. And I'm like, I don't know what he's talking about. So I never heard of semi-pro football, and I went out from there. I went out with him to a couple preseason games, and Mike Melody and Brenner saw me there. And they liked what they saw, so they kind of signed me to the team. And ever since then, I've been part of it, a big part of it, and just, I'm grateful for that. So.
And when you got your, I haven't had a chance to, and I apologize, I wanted to look up your stats, but I know they're pretty remarkable. Your early years with the Chaos, you took a heavy load for us. The first year that I was with the team, you guys were actually undefeated. So you guys made me feel like it was going to be like that forever, by the way. And in the playoffs, they really leaned on you. I don't know if it was by design or if it just happened that way at the free-flowing of the game. But I remember one particular game that you had like 150 yards in the playoffs. And you just you're not a power runner. I don't know how to describe it, but you're one of the more elusive people I've ever had the opportunity of watching, where I've seen you, come out of a pile of people, and then you should be down. But then all of a sudden, people are looking to figure out where you're at, and you're on your way.
Man, I don't know what happens.
Do you ever catch yourself thinking, what has happened there? Like, how to get free?
Sometimes after the games, I go back and look at some of the plays and see what happened, how did I get out of that jam or whatever. But, playoffs is playoffs. So when the game is on the line and you just need to do this to get the game over with and give your whole team, a chance to, just relax, after some things that you do in the field, there's no better feeling. So.
Well, in 2014, that was my first experience watching you play firsthand, and I had a front row seat for that entire season. It was perfect, and literally because you guys went undefeated. And I thought I was babied because I thought I was going to be like that all the time. Again, the very next year things changed a little bit, and we had went to an 11-man. Went from 9-man to 11-man. Is that correct?
Yes.
Because it was GFL for the first how many years that you guys were in the league? That would have been, 4 years of doing 9-man football?
No, actually, there was 2 years of 8-man football, 1 year of 9-man football.
Okay.
And then we jumped to 11-man football. So, we were able to achieve something new and different each year, which was pretty exciting.
Now, things have obviously changed, for you dramatically from year one until now. What are some of the more bigger things you've seen, like in the growth of the Chaos in the past couple of years, or the past seven years?
Just the things that management and has been able to do for us as far as off the field things. We've been able to recruit better each year, better players from maybe different colleges or different teams that stand out, and they've been able to help us be successful.
Well, that's another big part of what you've been a part of. Two of our more storied people, I guess you could say, who have come from the Chaos have been Anthony Ionati and Matthew Brockman, who you personally can say that you recruited both of them to the team.
Oh, yeah, those are my guys, man.
Talk to me a little bit about the Anthony situation, because you played with him in high school.
Yeah, so Anthony went to Sharmer High School with me. We actually had a couple of players in our team who came and gone. Mike Valeni, who went to Sharmer High School. And our quarterback went down. And we needed a quarterback, and I had Ionati in the wing for a couple of years, and I've been kind of playing a cat and mouse game with him, like, hey, you want to play?
Right.
But I didn't want to bring him in fully because we had a quarterback there, and I didn't want to, he's not the quarterback to kind of sit behind someone. So when that opened up for him to take reins of the whole offense, we definitely hit him up, and he was excited. He came along, and he just brought another excellent, he brought another dominance to our team, and it was just, it was amazing, man.
Anthony's one of the best players right now in the indoor football league, or in all the leagues in the indoor football. So that's a great find.
Yeah, man.
Plays for Omaha Beef, did a great year, went to the championship game, almost won, but basically ran out of time against a great Chris Dixon-led team.
And they brought him back again, and then, I look at it, we talked about it the other day. I dare say he's one of the top 10 quarterbacks in all of indoor and arena. And he had an amazing, sophomore season, so there was no sophomore slump for him.
Right.
And I had an opportunity to talk to one of the head coaches that played against him, and the first thing they mentioned was it's hard to guard.
Yeah.
Because he can take off and run it. And he goes, and he's not someone that's easy to tackle.
No, he's very deceiving. He actually, a lot of people know him for his arm, but he makes a lot of plays with his legs. I believe even in indoor he had a lot of his rushing touchdowns was ridiculous. So he can hurt you with his legs and his arm and his mind. He prepares for the game well, and he had a great career in high school, college, semi-pro, and arena. So he's.
Do you take credit for his career ever since the Chaos? Be like, I gave you that stepping stone.
Oh, I joke with him a couple times. I joked with him a couple times because it looks like he took off for the arena from there on. But he put in the work, and he had an excellent career with the Chaos.
One of my funniest stories about you guys when I first had the opportunity of watching them play is that after a win, and I'm talking about like a 55 to 6 thromping, I watched you guys yell at the players, say we could be better. After the game of beating the hell out of somebody, you and Anthony were out there and they were talking about how you could be better, and I was shocked that I've never seen anything like that before. Right. And they wanted to get that excellence and strive for it so much, it was pretty impressive.
Yeah, when you play some of the lower teams and you miss some opportunities on the field and you leave points on the board, you kind of remember those things after the game. So you want to address that with your team and let them know that we can get better in this area, and don't get complacent because we got a big week next week. Each week is a bigger week. So we just kind of try to get that message out to keep everybody.
Well, to the naked eye, it looked like you guys had lost if you didn't know any better. The way he was yelling at people. But let's move on to Matthew Brockman. I think that's one of my favorite stories because of how you met him.
Yeah.
So go ahead and talk to us about that.
I was working at Top Golf just for a promo for Chrysler.
Okay.
And at this point in my football career, I'm peeping. I'm looking around. So if you look like a football player, I'm coming up to you. So, he had the height, he had the size, and he was with a couple of his buddies, and I just pointed him out, and I just asked him, did you play football? And he just turned around. He was like, yeah, I play football. And at that point, he hadn't played football in a year. He had some issues, so he didn't think he was going to play football ever again. So this gave him the extra, this gave him a new life of playing football. So he came out. I remember the first day he came out, we had like 4 guys, and he was one of them. And a couple guys wanted to leave because only 4 guys. He wanted to throw the ball. He wanted to catch the ball. So him and I were just playing catch with them. And James, former Deshaun Sutton. It was us and Jason Sumling, and we just, playing catch. Well, I watched him play catch. I didn't play catch. They made fun of me because of my hands, but I tell them I haven't dropped the pass out the backfield since the first year I played. So
there you go.
And keep that streak up. Your goal.
Oh yeah.
Well, I want to also bring up, those are 2 of the players. The reason probably bring up is obviously Anthony went on to play in the pros, and Matthew, because you don't lose your eligibility when you play for the Chaos, he had the opportunity of going to school,
right,
and get a scholarship and be able to play for Elmhurst, which is that's what you strive for. That's what you hope the players who come onto the Chaos, because of the opportunities that they provide, you hope that they're either going to get back into school and go play,
right,
or you're going to take that next step and get to the pros. And if you don't do either, well, then utilize this to the best of your ability and enjoy it while you're here, which is what most people have done. And I've seen a lot of people come and go, and this past year was a really special roster, and I just think that you guys just meet up to the potential where you guys want it to be. I know that those are things that are being addressed in the offseason. You'll get where you need to go.
Yes.
The other thing I want to bring up, though, is that your past exploits of bringing players onto the team, you're not shy when it comes to bringing your own family members onto the team. No. And there's a lot of them on the team.
Not at all.
Please start rattling them off. Let's do some shout-outs to the fam.
Well, family's first, and when I came aboard the Chaos, the first thing that I thought about is a couple of my family members, we went to different high schools, and we never played football with each other. We never played football with each other, so this was an opportunity for that. So first thing I did was, first person I called was Deshaun Sutton.
Super fast.
Oh, yeah, very elusive, and I got him on board.
Which is a running trait, you'll see.
Yeah, his hands are amazing. So we brought him on. He caught 23 straight passes without dropping one. And that was something, different for the Chaos. And I brought on my cousin, James Former.
Who was like the Chaos version of Reggie Gray, for those of you who don't know.
Yes.
That's what I feel like.
He won the MVP of the league, Offensive Player of the Year before. And he's just, if you go look up his highlights, he's amazing. He's one of my favorite players to watch. And then another wide receiver. So these are all wide receivers. Jason Subling is my younger cousin. And, we haven't played with each other either. And he played at Hoffman Estates. James played at Elgin High School, and Deshaun played at Lake Park.
And, all these people you mentioned, not only have I had the opportunity of watching them play football, but I've become friends with them off the field, too.
Yeah,
so
you've been a big part of this. You've been a big part of this, too. So
it's been a lot of fun for me. Oh, whatever. It's been a lot of fun for me to get to know these people on a personal level, not just on a football level.
Right. Yeah, it's been amazing to build a family with them, and even the players that we brought on that have been on the team for years. We're all a family with the Chaos, so we're a big crazy family.
But you're not done yet. You have more family members, don't you, that play on this team?
Yeah. Well, actually, I have my close cousin Puna, Desmond Perry, but he's not on the team anymore.
I remember Desmond.
I actually had Kendall Lawton play with us. That's my cousin as well. And I hope I ain't leaving the cousin out.
Mark's got a secret list. Let's see if I remember naming them all.
Well, yeah, I recall that Desmond is how I met all of you guys in the first place, because he was playing for the Eagles.
Yes, he was.
And that's how I met him first. And then he told me, started pointing the direction over there. And David Palma is another reason why I knew about the Chaos as well.
Yeah, as long as the younger generation of our family continue to go to college and do what they're supposed to, they won't be with us. But if they end up here, man, it'd be crazy.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I mean,
talent.
the legends go that if we go to a family picnic of yours, that your grandfather could probably run the 4-3 on a Turkey Day bowl. I mean, he might even get picked first. But I mean, it's been a great run. It's been awesome to have you, to be able to watch you for the past couple of years and watch this team grow and have a front row seat for all that, and to see the people grow, not just as players but as people off the field as well.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's been a journey since I've been here. I met great people. Mike Melody started most of this, and he's been a great friend of mine.
He's the backbone of the team.
Yeah, he is, man. Without him, a lot of this is impossible, and he allows us to be ourselves and allows us to, have the right things in place for us to succeed and have a great team and win these games. So without him, it would be pretty hard.
That's a lot of hours from a lot of people, and Mike Melody kind of leads a lot of that.
Oh yeah. So I mean, I play some games for him. It's good to see him take that deep breath after a win and give him some relief after all the things that he's done with the team, and get him a chance to look at all the work and say, okay, this is what I'm doing it for.
No, absolutely. I mean, this past year, I just want to say thank you for your leadership too, because the stuff that we get to do off the field, it's only as good as what you guys are doing on it. And I've never seen so many people show up to practice and be prepared and excited for the next step. And I feel like this upcoming year, I've got some announcements that I know we can't bring up yet,
right,
but I'm real excited about the direction the Chaos are headed in. I think we're going to have even a bigger and better crop of players coming on board. Some players that are coming back, which I'm excited about as well. And I mean, I know that we only have our eyes set on championships. That's just what it's about.
It's championship or bust.
And our old friends, the Cowboys, have joined the MSFL.
Yeah. So Cowboys.
It's exciting to see them in there because I'm looking forward to giving them some treatment just like we did the year before. And I'm looking forward to going duck hunting this season.
Oh yeah,
I'm blunt about it. There isn't anybody. Every game is circled on my calendar.
Duck hunting is always a goal for the Chaos. There's a lot of mutual friends, Chaos and Ducks, but on game day,
everything's different game.
That's what they're saying. We're going duck hunting. So.
Well, I mean, again, if the team that won, we beat. Right. So I know that's got to be getting at you guys. You know what I mean? It's got to be something that you think in the back of your mind, like, man, that should have been, could have been us.
Yep.
So what do we have to do next season to make sure that doesn't happen again?
Well, for one, I'm always recruiting. So I'm starting there and looking for, guys that want to play football, guys that are going to be part of the process and do everything it takes to win these games, not be selfish. So guys that are looking to, further their college career or, get ready before college or, after their college career is over or get ready for arena, different things like that.
If someone's watching right now, how could they get in contact with you?
Yes,
well,
good idea.
I'm definitely on Facebook. I'm not sure if we can do some kind of link, but my name
we'll
is,
get one ready, yeah.
Jarrell Johnson. If you type in Jarrell Johnson, you'll see my picture come up. I have a Chaos uniform on. That's definitely a way. You can go to Chicago Chaos Football on Facebook.
Or even ChicagoChaosFootball.com.
Yes, our website.
And you can go there as well. But, yeah, I think this year what are some things that we could do to should we be recruiting more players from high school like we did with Matt? Should we be doing more college players? What do you think is the method that you're looking for to get players in the off season?
That's always a discussion. Do we go the younger route, the more experienced route? Some people like to recruit from different teams. Chaos haven't really been big on that.
No.
We kind of just recruit players who haven't played football in a while, and we're always one of the top teams. So I kind of like to try to get some of the college players who just finished college and want to pursue their career. And they want to work hard to get to NFL or they have their own goals. And this is a way to help them play football, get video out there, and do stuff like that.
And you just hit the nail on the head. We're one of the few teams out there that actually broadcasts every game. So it's a lot easier to get film on yourself than asking your mom or your dad or somebody else on the sidelines to try to, follow you with the pad,
Right.
which I see a lot of, and I'm not making fun of that. I get it. Not everybody has that opportunity, but the cast puts you in a position where the Illinois Media School is broadcasting the game, putting you in a position of making you feel like you're on a pro team already.
Yeah.
And so once you get that film, and you put your highlights together, and it's a matter of how you take advantage of the connections that are put in front of you. And some people have done a great job of doing just that.
Yeah, we got, like I said, I-90 went to Arena, Matt went to college. We actually have
There's some other stories too.
Nate.
Yes.
Nate is actually, went to college and played football. We got a couple players that went to play a little college from Chaos and, Arena College, like I said. So it doesn't stop. It's sour apples because, they move up to a different level, but they're not with the Chaos.
Right.
So that's
bittersweet,
Yeah,
you know?
you're losing some good players. But it doesn't stop here at the Chaos. So if they can improve their life and improve their situation with football, and we can help them get there, we're always happy to do that.
Yeah, that seems to be the goal of the Chaos. It's to get guys up and up to the next level. It's bittersweet when they go, but you're not trying to keep players here like, oh, you don't want to go to college or you don't want to go to the CIF.
Right.
That's not what you guys are saying at all.
Zebo went to college as well, so
That's right.
His name out there.
And then a lot of times we've actually more recently, the past 2 years, have attracted people that have already played in the pros. And now they're still coming to play with us, which is also a testament of where the Chaos have come from and where they're going. So, it's been fun to see some of those guys that I've seen that played for the Blitz and the Eagles were coming to play for the Chaos. And even though they've already played in the pros, they still want to continue to get current film on them. They don't want to sit on the couch waiting for that call. They'd rather be on the field, staying fresh.
And that's been a testament of us just being one of the top teams in Chicago and being, a team that people want to go, a destination people want to play. So, like I said, and that goes to the players putting a lot of work in. Mike, coaching, and you helped out a little bit. Everyone it's a big family. We all just try to do what we can do to make this last forever.
Well, one of the more remarkable things, I had the opportunity of going to a Bears game with Donnell Wolford and talked to the director of operations for the Bears, and they already knew who we were.
Oh, wow.
And so I thought you'd like to know that. Because you are a big part of the building blocks of how this team has come to where it's gotten to. And the biggest team in Chicago knows who the Chaos are. So I thought you might like to know that.
Oh, man, that says a lot.
It's pretty remarkable,
that says a lot. Like I said, that means we're doing something right.
Right.
We're doing some good things. So we just want to keep on doing some good things. And but we definitely are. We got our eyes on another championship. We don't. We won 4 straight, but we don't want that to be it. We went to a different
Time
league.
to build a new legacy.
Right, and we need to do it in the MSFL. And it starts with this year. It started last year, but each year we always get better.
Right.
It might not translate to a championship, but each year we got better, and we need to this is a big year for us. So.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I can't wait. I'm already itching for it. It's Canada just ended there, as we know, the Grey Cup.
Yep.
And then now we got the NFL, and I'm almost more excited. I want Super Bowl to come and go already, so we can get ready for our season.
Yeah, my Eagles can win the championship really quick. So Eagles can win it, get it over with.
You think that's a good one? So you think it's going to be Philly in the Super Bowl? Is that what you're going with?
I think it's going to be the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Well, I know that.
AFC and Saints looking really good. So Saints and Philly, but Philly's my team. But I'll be honest. I think they might.
I just feel like they're the Cubs of the NFL.
I think they might blow it down the line, and but I think though, as this is a building year as well. I think this is going to help get a better team in the offseason.
Well, tell me if they don't remind you a little bit of the Carolina Panthers when they went to the Super Bowl. Do you remember when they went to the Super Bowl a couple of years ago? That's what kind of I almost feel like the Philadelphia team reminds me of. Are they rolling through this season and they're not going to get challenged until the end and then they're going to get smacked? Is that how it's going to be? Or are they just going to keep rolling and not look back? Who knows? I'd like to see Philly eventually win a Super Bowl. It feels like it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, we got to 3 straight with Donovan McNabb years ago. We got to 3 straight. I know we lost, I forgot who we lost to. I know the Patriots won. And we lost 2 other times, but
in the NFC Championship.
Yeah,
NFC Championship game, we lost 3 straight years. So.
And then you got to that Super Bowl. Terrell Owens had that remarkable game, but it just wasn't enough.
Nope.
Bills fans are like, don't cry to me.
Yeah,
that's true.
And then to go back even further, the Polish Bomber back in 1980 led the Philadelphia Eagles to the Super Bowl and lost to the Raiders. So anytime I can slide in the Polish Bomber into the show too, I'm pretty sure I've accomplished it in all 15 episodes.
Well, yeah. we'll see what happens with the NFL. Like I said, Eagles, that's my team. They've been my team, so I just want to get that on
We'll
record.
keep that in mind as the season, as our shows go on, as the season comes closer to an end. We'll call you back out on that. We'll see what your predictions, if they were real.
If they lose, I don't want to be back on the show, man.
That's it. I'm tired.
Hey,
We're
man,
going back.
that's right. You don't have to come back. See, I got to face the music. My early season prediction was New England Patriots and the Giants. Well, I know. Bad news bears there. I shouldn't have never picked them.
I hate the Giants.
I just thought for some reason they were going to be a lot better this year, but obviously I have no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to that, the NFC.
I know a couple people that thought the Giants were going to be on top. Like my cousin Jason Sumlin, big Giants fan, so I know he's crying every Sunday. So
Yeah, it's got to be rough.
I'm
The
happy.
whole East Division is almost an enigma. You never know what's going to happen year to year.
Yeah, you never. 1 minute it's the best division, and it's the worst. Go back and forth. And right now it's everything going on with Dallas, but I think in a couple years the division pick back up. So.
Well, again, thank you very much for being on the show with us. We really appreciate it. 4-time champion of the Chicago Chaos and, player personnel director. This is the man you want to get a hold of if you want to, try out for the team this upcoming year. If you got talent and and you want to, put it on the football field, get a hold of you, and then we'll go from there.
Yep, we're based all out around Chicago, so we're one of the top Chicago teams. So yeah, definitely get a hold of me if you can't. Maybe get a hold of Mark and he can lead you to me.
I could absolutely do that.
That'd be great as well.
All right. Well, thank you again, and we're going to go cut to a commercial break right now, and then we'll be right back with the head coach of the Massachusetts Patriots, Amir Ishmael.
Hey everybody, I'm Pete Ferrari, the regional station manager of the BeOnAir.com network, part of the Illinois Media School, both the Lombard campus and the Chicago campus. I've been part of the Illinois Media School family now for almost 10 years. I enrolled as a student back in 2007 after getting my undergrad and associates at Creighton University. I decided to come to Illinois Media School to further my education in the world of broadcasting. That then led me to work as an on-air talent for Radio Disney, AM 1300, for over 6 years. I also worked in promotions for them and did some production. I also worked for KFLN Radio, AM 960, a country station, and I worked for KJJM The Rock, a classic rock station. After my tenure with both Disney and KFLN and KJJM, I moved to the sports side of things and became a play-by-play announcer for the Big East Digital Network, covering primarily college volleyball. I'm glad to have stayed and been a part of the family. I returned in 2009 as one of the assistants for the sports stations and now help run and operate all 5 radio stations in the network. One of the biggest things I enjoy about working here is coming from the perspective of a student, not only a college student, but a student at this school, finding out ways to continually expand the knowledge base of what the students learn. The way to describe the students of this school is very dynamic, very unique, and very employable. And the reason I put that word at the end is they come in with a drive, they come in with a passion. It's a short program, it's less than a year, but within that time they're gaining the skills that when they graduate, they're right alongside every other college graduate, if not in certain ways and aspects ahead of them, because we don't treat our students just as students, we treat our students as pre-professionals. So the first week of class, you could be out doing play-by-play for a sporting event, you could be doing camera or sideline reporting, you could be interviewing a band, you could be doing a show, all of that almost from day one. And that's why we treat you as pre-professionals, treat them as pre-professionals, because we know they have what it takes. They came here for a reason, so we want to take that passion from day one and implement that out in the field. So that way, they're not waiting their 9 months to get involved and learn the skill. They're learning the skill from day one. So I look forward to working with anybody that comes through these walls, as I did years ago, and training them to get a job so one day I can go and listen to them on the radio or watch them on television, which I do with so many different people that have come through the halls of IMS. Again, I'm Pete Ferrari, play-by-play for the Big East Digital Network. I am the regional station manager for the 5 radio and web stations here, and I am IMS.
So I originally got started out of the Illinois Media School, formerly formerly the Illinois Center for Broadcasting, through a radio ad that I saw on The Score. At the time, I wanted to be on the radio because that sounded super cool. But while I was at school there, I got to learn lots of other skills, and that got me interested in directing, which is what I do now here at WIFR. I am in charge of the newscasts and prepare them and execute them during the live news shows. While I was at Illinois Media School, I was able to get the basis of skills that allowed me to get this job, and I learned how to operate cameras and work on the equipment, and that helped me greatly in getting this job. As far as school students, you know, you got a chance to meet with lots of different types of people and you know, collaborate with them and work on projects together, and I feel like that gives you a great chance to learn how to work in the industry, because you're always going to be working with people, and it just helps you get a feel for what it's actually like out there. My name is Ben Forrest. I am the Senior Director at WIFR in Rockford, Illinois, and I am IMS.
I got started here at IMS recently, moving back to the Chicago area where I had been living in Connecticut, working at the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, had an opportunity to move home, and I wanted to continue being an instructor, and that's how I ended up at IMS. My time here, I love working with students. The key thing in this industry, whether it's radio or TV, is it's just in a constant state of change. And we always need to have fresh ideas, and fresh people bring fresh ideas. It's just a lot of different, diverse thinking. And that's how you help build a show, or a show unit, or a segment. And I just enjoy being able to teach, maybe teach is a strong word, but instruct kids that really want to get into this business. And we need fresh ideas, and this is a great place to do that. The students here, you know what? There are students here who are fresh out of high school. There are students here who have maybe been out working in the real world, doing whatever, selling insurance, being a police officer, whatever it is, and decide that, hey, you know what? I want to give this a shot. And so they come here. So there is really no specific age range here, and I think it's great. The students are all eager to learn because they want to be here. They're not being forced to go to school here. That's a key thing. This is something you want to do, and you're putting everything you have into doing this, and that's just fantastic. My name is Dave Zaslowski. I am the executive producer for the Chicago White Sox and the Chicago Bulls radio networks. I am at the Lombard campus, and I am IMS.
Shorter from now until however much time you have left. The time that you have is unknown. The time that you have is unknown. You can't grow time. You can't buy time. You can't ask for more time. You can't go back in time. One thing we do have is 60 minutes out there. That's what's guaranteed with our time. What you do with it is up to you. You can either waste it or take advantage of it. I'm gonna take advantage of my team. We're gonna work and we're gonna fight together. Step by step, play by play, game by game, as a team. Elevate yourself a little bit more. Raise your expectations, raise the bar. All right, let's go. It's time.
Ismail can do. Can he do it? Ismail. Yeah! Right down and through. Great finish by Amir Ismail.
One, two, three. Count me on three. 1, 2, 3. boys ready? Hell yeah. Y'all boys ain't ready. Y'all boys ready? Hell yeah. Y'all boys ready? Hell yeah. Y'all boys ain't ready. Y'all boys ready? Hell yeah. Y'all boys ain't ready. Y'all boys ready? Hell yeah. Y'all boys ain't ready. Bring it up to time. Come on, let's go. Savage is on 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Tell me on 3. 1, 2, 3.
All right, Amir, we just watched a great video about you and all the stats, and that was produced by your new team. Congratulations to the head coach of the Massachusetts Pirates. Welcome to the show, Amir. How are you doing today?
I'm doing excellent. Thanks for having me.
We're really, again, congratulations on the new move for you. I know it's exciting because you're in arena ball now, and I know you've spent last year with the Bloomington Edge, and we had an opportunity to talk the other day, and I just heard the excitement in your voice. I know how this upcoming season is going to be for you. I know you're looking forward to challenging right out of the gates and try to get a championship in year 1.
Absolutely. You know, that's the goal every season is to win every game and win a championship. Despite what the outcome is, you know, we're striving for that.
Well, as some people saw in the video, you've been around for quite some time. You've had an amazing career in the indoor and arena league. You know, you more recently coached in the China Arena Football League, and then on top of it, you coached the Bloomington Edge last year to a winning season and put them in the playoffs. And now they're handing you to the keys to a brand new franchise, and you have tons of free agents that you are bringing in this year. And we just wanted to take an opportunity to run through some of them with you and to talk to you a little bit about what your thoughts are on some of these players that you guys have brought in. And we kind of wanted to start on the offensive side of the ball, since I know you're more of a defensive-minded person, so we wanted to go on the offense first, and we wanted to ask you a little bit about Orlandis Harris Sr.
Yes, you know, he's been a guy I've been trying to get to play for me for the last couple of years, and I've been in contact with him, and we've been communicating, you know, almost once a week. And, you know, I really feel like he has the talent and potential to make it back to the next level. He's a burner. He's a hard worker. He's got that edge to him. And I definitely think, you know, everyone's in for a big year and exciting, you know, playmaking ability of Orlandis Harris, and hopefully we'll see him on Sunday in the near future.
Well, I think you said it right, back to the next level, because he attended minicamp with the Bears, signed with the Saskatchewan Roughriders of the CFL. So this guy has talent.
Yeah, absolutely. And the unique thing about it is Saskatchewan is actually trying to make him into a defensive back.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah, and he had that versatility where he showed them that he could play receiver, and then they're like, well, let's see what he can do on the other side of the ball, and they were really impressed with him. You know, at the end of the day, they didn't end up, you know, pulling the trigger, which I think they should have, but
actually, they should have more than they actually got depleted at the defensive back position and had to put one of their wide receivers at defensive back, believe it or not. So yes, they really could have used him this year, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know, I tell my players, the more you can do, the more value you're gonna, you know, get for yourself, and the more marketable you'll be to, you know, NFL and CFL scouts.
Well, speaking of, I'm afraid to badger this next name.
Logan.
We'll just go with Logan. How do you say his first name?
Jamez.
See, we would have messed that up. I'm glad you said it. Jamez Logan. Talk to us a little bit about him.
Yeah, you know, he's a tall guy and great hands. He got his feet wet a little bit with, you know, Coach Back down in Wichita a couple of years ago. But, you know, he's a, you know, a record-breaking receiver in Ole Miss, and, you know, we're excited to have him. And, hope for some big things from him. And he's definitely played at the big show and had a little bit of indoor and arena experience, and we look to build on that.
Yeah, just real quickly, 2014 signed by the New England Patriots, attended the training camp. 2015 Winnipeg Blue Bombers, CFL, which is a speed league without a doubt. And you say tall is 6'3", so he can get those balls when he jumps up in the air.
He's going to get those 50-50 balls for you all day.
Absolutely, and the unique thing that we have that really drew me to the Massachusetts Pirates is that we're right in the backyard of the New England Patriots, and we're able to have one of the Patriots alumni with and coaching on board with us as the vice president of operations, Coach Rick Buffington.
Oh.
So I think it's a great opportunity for the guys that that want to get looked at. We got a team that we're directly connected with, and with personnel, and they're one of our former coaches.
There is something to be said about playing in an area where there's a football franchise, and the New England Patriots, you can't ask for much better than that. And especially if you work with them in capacity.
Yeah, definitely, man. They know what they're doing. Whether you're a fan or not, you got to respect them. They're a championship team, and they've been kind of the mark of what a professional NFL team should look like.
Yeah, that's no joke there. Well, let's move along here to the trenches, Amir. One of my favorite parts to talk about is the O-line, because at the end of the day, your quarterback's going to need a little bit of time to get that ball out there. And it looks like you've done a really good job of beefing up the line. And we
signed right away. Initially, a few guys, one local guy, Thomas Claiborne, played at Boston College, and he's a tremendous athlete, and he's a solid center.
He's played for Jacksonville Sharks, Milwaukee Mustangs, and even signed with Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So he has the experience, and that's a huge, part of the middle. And then, going to fullback tight end area with Deshaun Johnson.
Yes.
Had some experience with the Green Bay Packers.
Right.
I played against him in China, and then for his size, he's a tremendous athlete.
Well, it says here they hit a 4.97 40 at his pro day.
Wow.
Unreal.
He's 6'4", 300. Like, he's a big guy.
I don't want to get in front of that if he's running full speed.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
I'm good.
And I'm glad you brought that up at your experience with him in China, because I want to mention that's got to be an amazing scenario for you to be a head coach of a brand new team, and you've actually had the opportunity of playing with a lot of these guys, and so I'm just guessing there's got to be a different level of respect knowing that you've been a player and now you are a head coach.
Yeah, well, the main thing is we got to build the trust, and the trust is the most important aspect. And now, if they trust me with their careers and they're playing hard for me, I gotta in turn do the same thing for them and help push them to where they need to get to. And that starts with allowing them to get the resources they need to succeed, and that's comes from meals and gym and treatment and the facilities and housing, and providing them with everything they need, how to watch film and the proper coaching, and then the availability to get their film to NFL scouts and CFL scouts. They see me working hard for them, they're working hard for me. It's a trust factor.
Absolutely.
And if you're in Massachusetts right now, you go to the Mass Pirates website. First thing is where tryouts are and how you can contact with them. So if you like what Amir is talking about right now, because I'm ready to go sign up, I'm not going to do that. But having a coach that takes care of you is a big thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm real excited for you, man. I believe that with your experience as a player and more recently your experience as a coach is really going to show, like, everybody. I think it's all culminating to this upcoming year for you, and I believe that the respect that people have for you as a player coach, so to speak, will allow you to attract a lot of great names to this team as time goes on.
Thanks, I appreciate that, and I got to say, the ownership is tremendous. Allowing me to give the resources that I need to be successful as a coach, and for the players, it's tremendous. The team family is definitely one I'm looking forward to working with, and we've been working great with already, and the opportunity is going to be great.
Well, I'm sorry, one more thing real quick. I just wanted to mention that it's going to be amazing. These players need to do their homework on you, because you're going to be asking them to only do things that you've done to be a great player in the leagues that you've played in. And so I think they're going to handle it a lot better. You're not going to ask them to do anything that you never did for yourself.
Well, you see that video that the Pirates put together.
Oh, yeah.
They'll know he does everything. But just going back to ownership, just the press release announcing you're the coach was signed by the president of the Massachusetts Pirates, not just, like the office up, is personally with the name. So that's huge.
Mm-hmm. You can tell they're really getting behind you on this one. And then there was one more offensive-minded person we wanted to talk about, Travis Turner. He's a giant. He's 6'7", 330.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, talk about someone.
With the Steelers.
Yeah, I mean, he's got some CFL experience.
2 years.
Yeah, and it looks like it's a great way to anchor that line.
Yeah, well, he played for me the last 2 weeks in Bloomington.
That's a nice pickup.
Yeah, it was a great pickup. And he's a true professional. He was a true professional. Just from the way he prepares for practice and games, and the experience and knowledge that he has, and it was awesome. It was like an extension of my coaching staff of him on the field, and he plays with a lot of energy and passion, which I love, but it's very controlled, and I'm excited to have him, be one of the other pieces on the offensive line. That's, to have good offensive line is like the main focus that we wanted initially, and so we've done that. We're going to add a couple more pieces for depth, but right now we have our guys.
Well, then let's go to special teams right now. This I think must be the oddest, most fun question I'm about to ask in a bit. But Kenny Spencer, who has been AFL Kicker of the Year, that's a nice pickup too.
Yeah, that's we're really excited to have him, and having a good kicker in this league is huge, because there's the difference between the AFL game is you can score 2 points on the kickoff if you kick it in between the uprights, and Nick Belcher down in Jacksonville did a tremendous job last year and led the league with those, and they won some close games with that, and we're looking to even out the odds. Adding Spencer to the mix.
And, he played with the LA Kiss for a couple of years, and he was on a reality show, and he seems like a fun guy, just based off the show. But it feels like we might keep an eye on him. Just so
Yeah, definitely a lot of personality. But you guys got to keep an eye on the kickers. They're either too quiet or they got a lot of personality. But I'll take the energy and personality all day.
Yeah, watch those. Watch out. Tell the cheerleaders to watch out for him.
Well, then moving to the defense, this is Amir's side of the ball, I'd say. Coach Ishmael, I should say. My apologies. But let's go start the defensive backs, because speed kills. Jamal Marshall, 6'3", 203.
Yeah.
That is a big guy.
Yeah, it was the guy that I scouted also that came and played the last week in the right before the playoffs in Bloomington for me. And, he had some experience with the Seahawks, and man, you got to watch this kid run. He can really move, and he's got those, those long, powerful strides, and wish I would have been able to get him earlier last year to develop him, and use him more, but, I'm gonna definitely use him this year, and I'm really excited to have, his talent in Massachusetts.
Speaking of him being able to run, he actually went to the NCAA regionals in track, so he can run.
Yes, he could definitely run.
Definitely.
Troy Sanders.
Talk to us about him a little bit. He's another one of these wonderful talents that you picked up.
He's one of my favorite all-time players that I've coached. He played for me in Tri-Cities in 2015, and then since then came home. He had a job, and then I think he played a few games with the High County
Grizzlies
team.
Yeah.
Yep, last year. But the versatility that he has, man, he's a competitor. He played safety for me. He played, stationary corner, the high motion, jack linebacker. He was an all-IFL jack linebacker.
Yep, 2015.
And great on special teams and just all-around athlete. And had spent some time with the Falcons, and I'm really looking forward to having him. And one of those guys that can definitely make a push to get another NFL shot.
And then John Hardy. I'm going to butcher his last name. Could you please help us out?
Tuliao.
Okay, thank you. John Hardy Tuliao, another defensive back from Hawaii.
Yeah. Yes. He played in Spokane last year and was all league, and all the guys that I know and I coach out there says tremendous things about him, and so that he's a great great kid, number one, professional, works hard, super talented, and I can't say enough about having him available and coming in and being on board with us, because it's gonna create some great competition and depth at defensive backs, and I'm looking for him to be one of the leaders, and after having such a successful year, hopefully he can duplicate that and build on that, grow on that, and then get his name out there with the NFL teams as well.
He played in the CFL in 2014 for the BC Lions, and then the KISS in 2015, the LA KISS. I wonder which one you liked more playing in, the LA weather or BC's not too bad. I guess I shouldn't say that. But no, 2017 All-IFL team, so a great talent he picked up again. These are all great picks. That's why I'm the general manager.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. And then we got a couple ex Indianapolis Colts linebackers.
We're about to get
with
to that.
We left linebackers for the last for you. So we know if we start the linebackers, we wouldn't get off the line.
We had to end with the linebackers because we knew better. We got to end with the linebackers because we knew you were going to talk plenty about it.
Oh, man, I'm excited about these guys.
All right, well, how about you introduce them?
Yeah, you start off. Go ahead. We know who they are.
Hey, so, a guy, Nick Hague, that, I brought in to Cedar Rapids with me mid-season after, his stint with the Philadelphia Soul, and he came to play some D-line for me. High motor, high energy, relentless, type of defender, and will run through a wall, and a very intelligent football player, and came a long way and learned and developed over the last couple of years. Got a shot with the Colts, didn't work out. Last year, got signed with the Giants. Got another shot, and he's getting even better than what he was last year. So I'm excited for that. He's been working hard in the weight room and doing everything. He needs to do speed, agility, and improving his hips and feet and footwork and flexibility and core strength to actually next time when he does get that opportunity in the NFL, it's going to stick.
I love that you're talking about the next time, because a lot of teams seem to want to keep their players, and it seems like for you, we know what the goal is for these guys, honestly, and how can you make them better? And it was just kind of fun hearing your little scouting report on Nick right there, because you can just tell that you had the passion for it, and you know what he's talking about.
And you're also aware of the fact that he's not perfect, and you know the things that he needs to improve on, and you're in a position to actually teach that. And I think that's the other exciting part about this. People don't know that. I mean, you are essentially a personal trainer professionally, and you train athletes all the time before even starting up coaching.
Yes, yeah, absolutely, and that's always been a passion of mine. I've been a big gym rat and nerd, and that's what I went to school for, and wanted to pursue and get any edge that I could as an athlete. When I was playing, I wanted to learn, leave no stone unturned in terms of the speed, agility, reaction, quickness, strength, and conditioning world, so that I could be the best athlete that I can be. And now it's my turn to share my knowledge and what I use to become a great athlete for my players and help them become the best that they can be. And it's going to be something special if they utilize and work hard. They're going to have no choice but to get better.
Well, I had the honor of hosting your bachelor party. Just to give you an idea, folks, of how much Amir takes health seriously. One of the questions, and it was a huge question for him. He's like, "Can we have beef jerky and peanuts on the on the bus. And I said, yes, absolutely. So protein is even important here when he's having a good time. So if he isn't having a beef jerky, got to make sure the beef jerky and the peanuts are handy over there, and he'll be all right.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was a great time, and we needed our fuel, but we didn't want to go too carb heavy and sugar heavy, since we're drinking water on the rocks the whole night.
Oh my God! Well, before we get off track here too far, let's make sure that we talk about Sean Lusso. Is that how you say his last name, or
Luizo?
Oh God, I'm bad at that, Luizo.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, man, he's been great. He had a couple indoor and arena stints, but he spent some time with the Colts and another local linebacker, and those two Bash brothers are looking for a lot of hard hitting from him. And he actually owns a supplement store nearby, right next to the stadium in Worcester. So he's going to provide us some good discounts for the guys to get some protein and pre-workouts for the year.
So you're full circle. You guys all planned out.
That's
I like this.
That's the way to go, man. You got your players taken care of from start to finish. That's the way to do it, man.
But,
absolutely. I'm telling you, it's all about providing them the resources, helping them get to where they need to get to, and and the talent will come, and they'll want to come play for me. But even if they don't, I wish them the best, and I hope they make it still.
But I was just kind of wondering, how did you get to know about the Massachusetts Pirates happening? Because it seemed pretty quickly. So how did you get in contact with them? How did that process go to become the new head coach?
Yeah, so it was actually a lot longer of a process than you think. I've known about them since the end of last year in Bloomington. So that's been something that they were gonna launch when the time is right. They got to get everything set before the league announces them and before they're allowed to announce a team in terms of like getting the facility for the games, the arena set, and paying all the dues and doing all the checks. The league has to do all their checks on that. But that was something Jawad Yatim and his dad had in the works for a while.
Very awesome. I mean, and you had other opportunities. We had talked about it. I mean, you were actually getting ready to head on over to China, and that was going to be an opportunity for you. But this is obviously a better opportunity to be a head coach versus an assistant coach, and I'm excited for you. I believe that the NAL is on the uprise, is a definite league that people want to watch. I think it's exciting that you're playing arena rules, which are slightly different, and I'm sure your players are going to adjust accordingly because you're going to be able to lead them and remind them of how the game needs to be played.
Definitely, and I can't wait. And just one guy that we also have that's going to be playing some linebacker for me, some depth that just sent in his contract was Pasquale Rocchio, who played for me in Cedar Rapids and Spokane as well. So he's a New York kid and a very versatile athlete, and he'll be.
I like his name.
Playing on the defensive side of the ball. Yeah, Pasquale
Rocchio. I'm not going to forget that, by the way. That's going to be embedded in my brain, and I'm going to be watching him next year. Pasquale, I appreciate your name, and I expect lots of highlights out of you, playing under Coach Ishmael. And speaking of which, one thing that we're planning on doing next year, and we talk about it all the time, but now that we know you're, going to be taking care of Massachusetts, we're going to come out and see you play for sure. We're going to come out. I want to see a game personally and have an opportunity to experience the Pirates in a home game.
Absolutely. I got the red carpet set for you guys. Just let me know.
Well, we appreciate it. We don't care what color the carpet is, but we're excited that you're willing to roll it out.
Well, yeah, I have one. It'll be nice and chic.
I'm sure it will be. I'm sure it will be. Then I'll be sure to bring the beef jerky and the peanuts.
Yeah, that's a requirement. Otherwise, I won't have enough protein to survive coaching throughout the game.
Oh man! Well, as usual, it's always a pleasure having you on the show. It's great to talk to you. You know, not only are you the brand new head coach of the Massachusetts Pirates, you know, you're a friend of the Iowa Football 365 show, and always welcome to come on. And we'd love to make sure that we're talking to you throughout the season and having you on a regular basis.
Absolutely, anytime. It was a pleasure being on here, and thank you guys so much. I love the show.
Thank you very much again. And then real quick before we let you go, now that the NFL season is almost midway through, who you think you're going to get at the end of the year here? Who you think's going to be your super? How about this? Give me your final four.
Oh man, so just I got to say, you know, I'm a Lions and a Raiders fan.
Ooh.
But you know, with that being said, my top four teams that are playing the best, and I feel like are doing a great job. You know, Philadelphia Eagles are tremendous with Carson Wentz, and you know, on both sides of the ball, they're doing great, and you know, they're beating everybody. And then New England Patriots, of course, they're doing great. I'd like to see a little more consistency from the Steelers. You know, I just don't think they're going to be able to get past the Patriots. Maybe if they're in a different division, you know.
Is there anybody that's going to pass the Patriots this year, Amir? I mean, do you think that, like, who has a legitimate shot outside of the Patriots? I'm having a hard time, like, being confident of picking anybody else.
Yeah, it's really tough because, you know, you got to really see who's going to, you know, get hot towards the end. And, you know, the Philadelphia Eagles are a legitimate contender in my mind. They're a legitimate contender. And they have all the pieces. Special teams is great. You know, defense is doing their job, and offensively they're really unstoppable. So I wouldn't count out Philly. And then outside of that, that's a.
Well, we got his picks for the Super Bowl.
I know your picks for the Super Bowl. If it's Slim Pickens after that, I mean, you gave me the Mr. Ed sound effect, so I figured that's the end of that. We'll take your two picks.
Yeah, who you got, Mark? Who you got?
I'll tell you who I had. I had the Giants and the Patriots to begin the season. Obviously, I only know half of what I'm talking about. As far as like for the NFC, I'd like to see New England Patriots and the Saints get to the Super Bowl.
That'd be a good game.
I think it would be a great game to see Drew Brees and Tom Brady go at it in the Super Bowl. It would be a lot of fun, and it would be more of a scoring shootout. I mean, I hate to admit it, I'm kind of tired of seeing these defensive battles. I know you're a defensive guy, but, you know, points sell those tickets, and I'd love to see like a good old shootout between Tom Brady and Drew Brees.
That would be great. To see, you can't sleep on the Saints, and Drew Brees is doing great. But another team that's doing really well is the Vikings.
That's what I was about them. On their fourth quarterback, it feels like 40th.
Not a fan.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of the Vikings. I don't believe in them.
Great.
I don't believe in them. I can't believe in that stuff.
I didn't ask you, Mark Astamir.
You can't believe in Case Keenum?
No, I can't. I can't get behind that guy. You got to be kidding me.
But that defense.
That's all you need, right?
That's true.
That's how the Ravens pulled it.
I think they'll get to the playoffs. They might, you know, ruffle someone up in the first round, but they're not going to get very far.
What about LA?
We'll see cold weather teams running the ball on defense. That's what it takes.
It's true. I think the LA Rams are a year early. I think that we'll see them being more dominant next year, but they're a nice story too. It's good to see, you know, them having success in LA. Mm-hmm. But I will say this much: we could continue. You know, I could talk football with you for hours, Amir, but we don't have hours, unfortunately.
That's why we didn't bring up the CFL at all.
Yes, that's why we didn't talk up any more football than we need to. But thank you again. We're going to be going to a commercial break here, and we appreciate your time tonight, and we're looking forward to talking to you soon.
All right, thanks again. Take care. Have a good night.
All right, guys, we'll be back in a few minutes, and I Want Football 365 from Pro Football Around the World.
Well, I got started at IMS because I really had nothing going on for me. I didn't have a job. I wasn't in school, and I was just getting out of my other school. I knew I wanted to go into broadcasting, but I didn't want to spend too much time in college. I'd already spent about 4 years, and I was like, I really don't have that much time to just play around anymore. So I really wanted to get into the business, and I had a friend, and he went to the school, graduated, and I saw he was already in the business, and everything was happening so quickly. And I went to him, I was like, hey, how did you get started? And he said, at the time, Illinois Center for Broadcasting. And I was like, all right. So I looked into it, went on a tour, and it changed my life. It really did. From the first step I took into the place, you felt the energy in there, and so many positive vibes coming from everywhere, and that's just the first time you step into it. And then you get started into it, and you're learning from industry professionals, you're learning from some of the best to ever do it, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm sitting here in front of people that I grew up watching, and just going through that process, man, that whole year was the time of my life. I was super duper busy, but it was so much fun. Got an internship right away, was actually in a real radio station, and I saw my dreams coming true right before my eyes. And what's awesome is that I love the school so much, I couldn't leave. Graduated, and I'm still there now. I'm working with The Edge, theedgeonair.com at the Lombard campus. I am the assistant program assistant there, and it's so much fun. It's so much fun watching these new students come in, watching the students learn, and then they're looking up to me because I'm here working at a real radio station, knowing what goes into a radio show, and their eyes and their passion. It reminds me a lot of when I was at the school and the passion that I had, and they're working hard every single day, and it just drives me, and I love seeing that, and I love giving back. And if I'm just able to be that person for them to go to just for advice or whatever they need, I'd love to be that person, and it's an absolute honor that I'm able to hold that position for them, to give them somebody to go to. I am George Norwood. I am the promotions assistant for 103.9 The Fox. I am the overnight host for Star 105.5, and I am also the assistant program director for theedgeonair.com at the Lombard campus, and I am IMS.
This is Matt Daniels of Ramada, and you were listening to Mark and Michael on the I Want Football 365 show. Check it out.
All right, well, we have a special guest to come on the show. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it.
Matt Daniels from Ramada, talk to us a little bit about it. He's actually, for those of you who know or remember, he's performed at a halftime show for us at Melrose Park, Serpico Field during one of the Chaos games. Thanks for coming on the show. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you having me. Thank you.
So you've talked to us a little bit. For those of you who don't know who Ramada is, he's had an opportunity to open up for some pretty big acts. Please talk to us about that.
Yeah, over the past couple of years, we played with acts Limp Bizkit, Hollywood Undead. We just got off tour with Austin Winkler of Hinder, which was really cool. We were out for like 14 days. So that was a blast. There's been a lot of great people we played with, a lot of amazing people and artists.
And you also opened for Ice Cube once, did you not?
Yes, yeah, in El Paso. That was a blast.
Had to throw that in there real quick, make sure that everybody knows. No, you did a great job when you performed with us, and you've continued to expand on your career. And now he's allowing I Want Football 365 show to use some of your music in between our interludes, if that's what you want to call them. And you just did a little plug for us a second ago, and we really appreciated you doing the first plug for the I Want Football 365 show. We really appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem at all, no problem.
And then as you have more tours and dates coming out and new music that you're going to be putting out, we will continue to support you and let our guests know where you're going to be coming out, and playing in the future.
Awesome. That's amazing. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, man. Matt's a great friend of mine. I'm real happy to be able to work with him, and his big tagline for me is music heals, and it's the truth. I'm a huge fan of music, almost as much as I am about football. So it's great to have you on board and to be a part of our show and to continue to grow with all the different crazy projects that I continue to throw your way.
Oh, it's always a blast, yeah. Thank you.
Well, would you like to talk to us a little bit more about your band? And tell us what kind of music would you describe, or what genre would you be in?
We started originally, it was like a solo project, a little bit more like towards the hip hop kind of rock genre. But as I started progressing through a little bit more, I kind of geared it towards rock, hard rock, and we started getting heavier. When I had performed at the halftime show, it was still kind of in that hip hop stage. But with this next release and the projects we're coming out with in the future, it's going to be a lot more heavier, a little bit of that like old Linkin Park kind of feel to it.
Very good.
So so that's kind of the goal, I guess, what we're trying to reach towards.
Well, we're excited to hear that stuff and to watch you expand your career and to keep it moving. And hopefully next year, depending on what your schedule looks like, maybe we could have you come out and perform at another halftime show for the Chaos.
Absolutely.
I would love to do that. Well, thank you again. And, we're going to be signing off here. And we'd like to thank all of our viewers for tuning in this evening. For Jarrell Johnson and head coach Amir Ishmael, it was one of my favorite shows to do, and I'm glad I get to end it with you guys here tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, have a good night, from